Sikal has spent his entire life as a fisherman along Kalakol Beach, about an hour's drive from Lodwar. From dusk to dawn, he and others who live on the shore of Lake Turkana around Kalakol Trading Center cast their nets and pull them from the water every day, a seemingly tedious yet necessary task. The fish that are caught here are quite sizable and could potentially give the residents a handsome income. However, that's not the case here. Kalakol Shore, one of the most commercial shores in Turkana, tells a story of exploitation, degradation, and unexploited potential. Take for example this Nile perch that weighs a whopping 25 kilograms. In Nairobi, this particular fish could go for thousands of shillings, but locals here sell such fish to brokers at a throwaway price.
Saa hii kilo moja ya samaki hapa, kilo ya mbuta, shilingi 70. Na hiyo ni kidogo sana.
Brokers come from as far as Nairobi, and owing to the lack of refrigeration facilities to store the fish and entrepreneurial knowledge to make the best bargains, fishermen are forced to part with their hard-earned catch with little offer. The most common net used here are the casting net. It takes close to 7 people to pull the massive net from the water.
Wale watu ile ambao wameajiri kwa hiyo net inasaidia, kwa vile watu hakuna mahali ya kujisaidika, alafu nakuja naambia wewe tusaidiane nini? Tusaidiane tuvurute nini kamba. Kama watu 6, sasa watu 2 na kwa anatakula shilingi karibu 30 kwa 500.
Once the fish are caught, they are sorted. Those used to feed the family are scaled and prepared immediately. However, those to be sold off are kept in the water until a broker or buyer comes along, and that could take a day or 2. Fish worth thousands of shillings could at times go to waste owing to the lack of culling facilities, the only hope, this proposed factory by the Ministry of Fisheries, which remains just that, a proposal. The structure that was to house the processing plant, now in this dilapidated state, it has now been turned into a shelter for black market buyers who stay for weeks filling up their trucks with the fish which are kept in substandard conditions. 60% of the Turkana population depend on fishing from Lake Turkana. However, this may be a fact. Facilities to enhance this industry have not been improved since time immemorial. But it's not just the lack of facilities that is injuring Turkana's fishing industry. The fishermen here are somewhat careless in their fishing methods. According to international fishing standards, fish smaller than 14 inches should be returned to the water if caught in a fisherman's net. However, here, instead of returning these young fish, the residents of Kalakol have a habit of leaving the fish to die on the shores. While it may not be much of an issue now, the rate at which these fish are wasted will cost the community in future. A dangerous precedent, given that this community, especially those living at the shore, solely depend on fishing as a source of livelihood. Analysts say that if fully tapped, the economic potential on this lake could bring about the much-needed change within the community, which has always been associated with raids and cattle rustling. If this potential is properly harnessed, if the fishing industry is improved, Turkana could move from a desolate land to an industrially vibrant area. Kathryn, omwandho, KTN in Turkana.